Congressman Tim Burchett. I think we just got him on the line. Congressman, thank you for being here on the Hill. I heard an interview that you gave earlier today in which you said Congress shouldn't be casting stones. And your words were, quote, "We are a bunch of sinners." And I think that was part of your reasoning for voting to keep Santos in. Can you explain yourself?
Yeah, I mean, we have one Congress member who has had at least an ongoing relation for quite some time with a Chinese communist spy. That's been documented. You have one that's possibly violated immigration laws. You have one that's pulled a fire alarm, which at least in Tennessee, that's a pretty serious violation. And we're not talking about kicking those people out. George Santos hasn't been convicted of anything. And in America, we're still innocent until proven guilty.
Along those lines, I don't know if you were hearing what we were talking about then with Bob Menendez. I know you're in the House and he's in the Senate. You're a Republican. He's a Democrat. But if you're for keeping George Santos in, then are you comfortable with Bob Menendez staying in?
He's not been convicted. Of course, that's up to the Senate. The Senate probably has different rules than we do. And but no, if he has not been convicted, you're still innocent until proven guilty. I know Speaker guilty. When you're talking about Trump, he's guilty until we can prove his innocence. But until then, nothing should change.
Right. Speaking of innocent until proven guilty, Congressman, there is likely to be, we're hearing a House vote next week to formally authorize an impeachment inquiry against President Biden. I'm wondering what you can tell us about that and if you think that is indeed the appropriate path forward.
That's a great question. It is not the impeachment. It's just the inquiry to do that. Right. And it's following a legal process. Speaker Johnson as you know, has a legal background and is going to follow the law. And that's what needs to happen in this thing because, they get all of us up there calling each other names and doing all we can to get clickbait. And that's not going to do anything. And the reality is nothing's going to become of it anyway because the Justice Department is so conflicted right now. They're not going to go after him. Anyway,
so is it a waste of time?
I don't think it's a waste of time. I think the American public needs to see what's happening. There's $24 million that's flowed into that family, and there's no evidence they paid a lick of taxes. I can't imagine any of your guests there commentating if they had $24 million flowing into their account, had an email from the bank saying they're not showing they're not showing that they're doing anything to get this money. We've got a real problem with it. They had over 20 different accounts and different businesses set up just to flow the money through. So there's a lot of questions there, and we need to get to the bottom of it. We need to find out if the president is for sale and if he is compromised. And the latest one was $5 million business venture between Hunter and the Chinese Communist, a member of the Chinese Communist Party. And it flowed through the president's brother, and then $40,000 ended up with the big guy, as they say.
One of your colleagues, Mike Garcia, Republican, quote, "Is it warranted? Probably. Is it politically smart? I don't know. I don't think so. I want President Biden to be on the ticket." What would you say to your colleague?
Well, I'd say it's going to be tough to keep him on the ticket because you've got Democrats that are openly, they used to whisper about it in the gym occasionally to me, but now they're openly speaking about it on the floors of Congress. They know they got a problem. And that's why you're seeing the governor of California, as ridiculous as his record is, getting out there. And he came to Tennessee even to speak. I mean, how much more, I'm in a +15 district, literally. And, he's walking around Tennessee. So I think the Democrats are all scratching their head. They know they got a problem. They know Hillary Clinton's too old, and basically, they just got a few other choices to go with. I made that prediction a while back. I don't think Biden makes it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Got to leave it there. Congressman Tim Burchett, thank you, sir. Have a nice weekend. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you, brother. See you. Bye-bye.
Yep. You got it. Ameshia, real quick.
I mean, Republicans are sitting around waiting like scarecrows for something to happen to Joe Biden and him not to be at the top of the ticket for the Democratic primary. It's not going to happen. Okay. He is going to be there, the end.
And that's exactly nobody is going to. We actually want that.
We agree.
Okay. Let's leave it at we agree.
Leave it at that.
Because we've got some exciting news to announce as well. The Hill on NewsNation, as you might know, set to air on SiriusXM's POTUS channel weeknights at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. I know that guy there. That's starting Monday, December 4th.
That young man has a face
So no
for
matter
radio,
where you are, in your car, on a walk, at work, or at home, if you want to just listen to us on the radio, you can do so. SiriusXM starting on Monday. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.